Kaushal, you are back, no? Okay, I
Yeah,
think
miss.
we stop here. Have you seen here? This is the ROM. Okay, you can see the devices. ROM, programmable ROM, erasable programmable ROM, electrical erasable programmable ROM. Okay, next. Okay, now see here. What are the difference between the RAM and ROM? Okay, now store data when the power of RAM, no, because it's volatile memory. Okay, turn off your computer, you can't get back those data. But ROM, yes, it's non-volatile. Then we can swap the instruction between RAM, yes, ROM, no, because it's just written at a one time. But RAM not like that. Okay, we can have accessible order. That's what I showed that pink color program. I will come up with that. Here, swapping happened. That's what I add this picture. Here, swapping happened. Okay. So this is explain those point. Okay. Okay. So it can swap instruction. RAM yes, ROM no. Then accessible any order, RAM can. ROM also can because that's what we can contain boot up the system we are using. Then intent store RAM is a temporary data because of while doing only we are doing your study table temporary you can store your book temporary you can keep it your book but you can't keep it your maths book always you have to put it in your cupboard but ROM permanently it can but RAM is upgraded one ROM we can't upgraded one okay then flash memory is like that which one I will show. I show that no, that is a type of electrical raceable programmable ROM. Okay, it's a type of. It's non-volatile. Non-volatile. It can have storage. If you lost the power, not deleted. It don't have a moving part, so its power consumption also low. We can access very fast. We know just a flash drive we are using. No. Then it can have as a portable devices also. Okay, laptop, computer, then internal batteries, then we can use it for. Okay, this is the example for removable and the portable devices. USB drive, SD card. We call this is the USB drive as SD card. Or you can call it SD card also we have like that. We can install and we can take that. Okay, example flash memory for example there are two USB and the SD card. Others also it has. Next we are
Now I
come up.
think USBs. Now I think USBs have like 1 terabyte of storage.
Yeah, terabyte. So think about no need hard disk, no? You can skip hard disk nowadays. Yes or
And yeah,
no?
you could just use that.
Yeah, then your computer never consume more power, no noisy. Okay, so better to use that one also. Yeah, that was. But earlier time, I think when it was my time, I think I bought it uh, even 2 GB. First time, that time also 2 GB, it's around 2000 or 3000 something. 2014, I bought it 32 GB flash drive around 5000 or something. But nowadays it's in you, which you told terabyte, no? So you can storage more than films also, no? Yeah, yeah. I think you can replace your HDD for your computer. Okay,
I don't
now
have an HDD. I only have an SDD.
really, so your computer is good condition, no? Really?
Wait, what do you
Great,
mean?
great, great, great. No, by a new one I had SSD and HD also, but earlier one only a HDD because it's I bought it 2010 or I can't remember 11 or something. Before that one, although it has HDD with that one, but those time, but nowadays they take off that. Nowadays, now CD drive also we don't have no nowadays laptops. Earlier laptop it has a CD drive also. Nowadays my laptop don't have. But earlier time they added with the CD drive also. Nowadays it's disappeared in the market also. I think because of this that much of a terabyte USB device those things okay. And nowadays there are no optical disc those things Blu-ray disc also no nothing. Okay, so memory next one is a processor. Okay, processor, you know that ICO, 7, those things you talk about that. That's a central processing unit. What they are doing, they are carrying the program or software's instruction which we execute. Though it made up CPU, CPU referred to as a core. That's what you already mentioned about your laptop. It has a Intel iCore. Okay, we call example in a quad core processor. I will show that 4 core working in a processor cycle. Okay, it means we have a 4 times much work. That's what single processor also there, multiple processor also there. Okay, I think here, here. Have you seen Kaushal here core? We can have a, if you have a 4 core at a time, we can run more programs also. It's very fast. Yes or no? No, no. It's good, no? Here. CPU, core 1, core 2, core 3, core. See here, core 0, core 1. So quad core processor mean it has a 4 core. CPU 1, CPU 2, 3, 4. Okay. This is a single core. Single core, dual core, quad core. It 1 in 4. Have you seen this?
Yeah.
I
I only have seen single core in like
single core. Yeah, I am
dual
on.
and quad.
Yeah,
I have never seen.
I never seen both these, but I studied, just we studied, but I show only single core only. But if we have more also, we can use it. Can you see here, core 1, 2, 3, 4, core 1, 2, 3. So it means our, you know that CPU can work quickly, fast. He can access more program also, no? So think about, there are 4 students as a group work, you can finish your work quickly. Like that, you can think about that. Okay. So this is the core. Yeah, single core. Today we can finish this chapter. Okay, I will send the notes midnight also. Okay, okay. Have you seen here? This is the processor. Core. If you cut off and you can
Yeah.
see this processor. I core. This is the Intel one. This one. Okay. Now before that, okay, I think process cycle I want to need. Better to
Miss,
finish.
what's
Okay.
like the meaning of I7 and I3 and I5?
IC
Like,
mean
what's the meaning?
generation. Generation. I7 mean core I. 7 mean seventh generation. 5 mean fifth generation. Can you see here generation here? I, this mean third generation. Have you seen on that? Third generation.
Yeah.
That's a generation wise. Generation wise. That's mean generation only. Okay, now I hope I have to finish this unit today. Next class, better to start unit 2, chapter 4. Okay, shall we finish this unit? Okay, until I will take the time. Okay. Okay, now see here you understood. Now processor, now done. The processor cycle will be happen. Okay, processor, your syllabus, they added just fetching program, it will happen. So I will show something what will happen. Okay, the processor mean when come to the processor, there is a working process is happen. We call it that is a processor cycle. Okay, first they need to fetch the program instruction from the memory. Then they need to decode the action which they recorded. Which action they recorded, they have to be decoded. Okay, then that instruction executed. That's what fetch execution cycle. Okay, fetch execution cycle happen in the processor. But in your syllabus, they mention about processor. We call it fetch and execution cycle. Okay, you can see here this is a CPU. Fetch data instruction. First, they fetch mean they get it from the location. Right? What we want to do, first you get the instruction and data. Then after that, it's going to be decoded, that instruction. Then it will be execution. After finish that, it's going to be stored. Sometime they talk about just fetch and execute, just fetch the data, decode it, execution, then come out. Okay, you can see this. Okay, now here this is the, we call it machine cycle because it's converted in the machine code. That's what main mention about. But you have to write processor cycle. Okay, but this processor cycle mean fetch and execution cycle. Why? Because in here first they fetch the instruction. They have in the location in the secondary storage, they go and get it. That process we call fetch instruction. Then decode. They convert it into which one? Decode means it's coding or they are which the language they need it, machine language or whatever. Okay. They execute each of command. After that execution mean which instruction need to be execute, that those thing executed mean implemented. We done it that work. We done it that work. After that they go to back and restore or else they leave it. Have you seen here? This is a central processing unit. First they fetch. Where they get it from? That RAM memory. Because RAM memory is your book. Now they come to start bootstrap the system. Which program going to do? They open it now. Now it's in the RAM. Then they get the fetch. Okay, processor come now. That's what they added memory and the processor heading chapter. Memory and the processor. Processor where he take the fetch instruction from the memory. That memory is a RAM. From the memory, we get it. Then this decode construction in the control unit, CPU. After that, those command goes to the step 3. Okay, they execute all program. After execution finish, sometimes you have a total of some of your marks. Then they have to store those data in the memory. That is, it goes to the RAM. Think about fetch. Okay, now memory is a RAM memory. It has a great O level students computer science marks. Those are the data. Because their instruction, can you calculate the total of all students who are in the computer science O level batch? That's the instruction. It get that instruction with the number of all students detail with the marks. Then fetch, it get instructions. Then he give it to other person. Okay. Then he decoded all instruction. Then he allocated these are the mark, these are the mark. Then he sent it to the AL unit. That's mean execute. Execution mean we have to calculate. We have to calculate the total of who are the students in the computer science O level class. So their execution happened. What is our instruction? Need to calculate the marks of who are in the O level student in computer science subject. After is it finished, now we have a total of marks who are in the computer science O level batch. Then after that it's going to be stored. Have you got it, Kaushal? This is happened in the processor. Kaushal? Kaushal? Have you got it?
Yeah, yeah.
So think about, okay, this is the CPU. Processor cycle mean fetch execution cycle. Have you got that point? Okay. Now
Yeah, miss.
Now RAM. Now you open your computer. No. Now Bootstrap done. Now on the table. Now your computer science marks list on the table. Your class teacher. Class teacher table is a RAM. Now fetch instruction. Now monitor come. Monitor is the fetch step 1. He's come. Then he asked teacher. He has the instruction. Total marks of your computer science students. He comes and take. That means fetch. He take it. Which data on the table, your teacher's table, he took it. That is his work. He fetch the instruction only. That's your class monitor. Then your other second monitor going to do, he's going to be arrange for that. Maybe it's maybe messed up. He arranged for that. This student marks, this student marks. He check it everything. He decoded marks because he need to be added to other point. No, he calculated. Not calculate. He is arranged for all the instruction. Then keep it the file. Then send it to the person who is going to be calculated. That is your third monitor. He has a calculator. He going to be calculate all marks. That is the execution process. Your teacher told calculate the all marks. That is the instruction. So we have to execute. Now execution happened. He calculated and added new marks list. Then he collected. Now this file going to be put on the RAM. RAM mean class teacher. Then after that again peon, he went to your third, fourth monitor, come and collect it, put it in your class teacher table. Now he receive, okay, total marks of the computer science student who are in the class. Now he put it into back his cupboard. Have you got it? Kaushal? Kaushal,
Yeah, miss.
have you got it right now for this example?
Yeah.
Okay. If you have a doubt, please ask me. Okay. If you want next class also, I will explain. Don't worry about it. Okay. This is the processor cycle. You can see here main memory control unit. So that's what we learned earlier time while on IO Miss. We are learning that some ALU everything, but we never use it for that. Here we are playing memory, main memory. Then fetch control unit ALU. Then store the related. That's what we call processor cycle. Fetch execution cycle. Okay. These are the processor. Okay, quad, single quad. Have you got this? I think I explained. No, these are the processor. Okay, ICO. You can see the something. It can have a more processor. We can use it. Single, dual, quad. Have you seen here how it's work? Because this is the processor. If you have more core processor, it will be advantage for you. Okay, next one, clock cycle per second. So that's mean processor speed we measured in clock cycle per second. Okay, clock cycle per second. That's mean the number of time, okay, the second that processor per second, they carry out one or more instruction. We measured in hertz. Okay, we can it's going to be kilobyte, megabyte, gigabyte also it's happened. So processor speed we measured in clock cycle per second. One cycle, how many per second? If you finish the one cycle, how many second take time? So that's mean, so I think we can measure it. Okay, I will explain. Okay, now explanation is I already added. Okay, the number of time which cycle, I think 1 minute or 1 second, how many cycle will happen? That is the processor speed. Processor speed mean once processor cycle, one cycle take a time, or else 1 second, within the 1 second, how many clock cycle happen? In a 1 second, how many clock
So wait,
cycle happen?
Hold on. Excuse me, teacher.
Have you doubt?
Like, if a computer has 3.6 gigahertz, is it good or is it average?
uh 3.8 gigabyte, no, it's good, no.
G- Gigahertz, I mean.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's very high, no, gigahertz, it's very high. That's mean your processor in a second that much of data processor happened, cycle happened. That's when if you do the program execution quickly, it's work quickly. Gigabyte, no, it's top. Yeah. That's mean you open the presentation slide. If you write it, it's quickly show that. That's mean your computer do it will very fast. If you open the program quickly, everything so. So that's mean in a per second, your program execution happen quickly. We think, we open the program, it's showing, no, that's not happened, which I explained earlier, process cycle. They get the instruction, after that go to the fetch, then decode it, then after execution, after that come back to storage. Only we show the results. If you go for Excel sheet, total marks, it's quickly you can show. But backside, that processor will happen, no? See here. So here, if you add you open the Excel sheet, add that 10 marks total, quickly it show. Between that, this process happened. This process happened. So in a second, how many cycle it's happened? That is the processor speed. 1 second, in a second. In physics also, you are measuring in a second, 1 second per second. That's what we are using the second in mathematical word, per second. Per second. Okay, how many cycle happen? It's called processor speed. Maximum we sometimes we measure it kilohertz, megahertz, gigahertz. It's very high. Okay, we measured clock side. That's mean how much of our processor do work, which is the given time. Okay, while we are selecting the CPU, each of cycle take amount of we give an amount of work. How many times it will take each of cycle? but it will be differ. Each processor it will be differ. ICO very quick, fast one. So that's one it can have a high clock time. High clock time. Okay, we can measure it. Okay, I3 low. It's take long time finish his processor cycle or else fetch and execution cycle. Okay, have you seen here? This is the cycle, instruction cycle. I think you don't have in your syllabus. I wanted to explain. That's it. I added this picture. Kaushal, you don't worry
Yeah,
about
miss.
this picture. Don't worry about this picture. Your syllabus didn't add this, but I wanted to explain this. That's the time we are taking to do that. For the higher degree or masters, you can learn that. But don't worry about this picture. I need to just explain. That's what I added this picture. Have you seen here? Instruction fix. We needed time. Okay, so within the
Excuse me,
time,
miss. It's heavily raining here. Like
you
crazy,
go.
so like there's some
Uh,
thunder striking, so I might not talk for some time.
okay. Only this slide. I think now finish. Lesson finish.
Wait, really?
Lesson finish. This is I added extra one for you. Lesson finish. This
Okay,
chapter
okay, miss.
finish. Then I will send the notes also today night. Tell me. You can talk. Kaushal.
And it's
Ask me.
what? There's no doubts, miss.
Okay. Okay. Ask
Like
me.
it's clear.
Okay. Do you have any
It's clear,
doubt,
no
right?
doubts, miss.
Okay. Okay. That ask me anything. Okay, because I can explain. Okay. Don't worry about it. Some of you don't have a inner syllabus, but I needed to add it because of you can understand. That's one. These thing you don't have, but I added because of as a students, you know, need to know that. Okay, don't worry about it. Here, this is the cycle. If you come up with a degree and the masters, you can do it. Okay, for this is the time period. When you come one, two, this is the time. Okay, I think don't be confused that. Okay, this is the clock time. Have you seen here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clock time? They needed finish the fetch execution cycle. That's it only. I need to just explain. Have you seen time period? Okay, it's take instruction fetch. It's take 1, 2 time period. Okay. Now here clock cycle mean between that. So how many clock cycle? You can see this. If you could understand, no issue because they never ask for this. Okay. But you can understand maybe if you go for a one fetch and execution cycle, they needed this a timeline. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 5 clock cycle times. That's a time period they needed. Okay. Then this is you did it, but just I added those things. I will send you all notes also. Okay, okay, that one you got it, no? Okay, if you want, shall I send the slide also as a PDF one, Kaushal? If you want, I can send it. Kaushal? Okay. Then I think here there are also heavy rain. I think next week shall we redo this paper also? Okay. I prepared. Can you go through that, Kaushal? Okay. And now 6 around close to 20. Shall I wind up the session? Are you okay there? Arvin, can I have a mobile? Okay, where? Fix it. Okay, sorry, Chella.
I didn't say instructions. It's okay, I have instructions.
I made a mistake. Sorry, I'm tired, Chella. I'm at the lesson now.
Yeah, okay, Baba, no, sir. Okay,
Sorry, Amma made a mistake. Amma made a mistake. Can you put on a charge there?
okay. One more. How you what? Power of eight. Power of 878. What? My picture. Like, if we have one of those, I think about the infinity for like train. Come on, you buy that book?
No, I need to buy it, Kanna. Today video.
book?
No, yeah, yeah.
Can you tell me what it looks like? 9 years. I like this book. I like the like a city, but inside